Hey, what's going on? My name's Alex, and I want to talk with you guys about a little something that's been on my mind recently, and that's charging for your creative services. Whether it be photography, video, graphic design, whatever field you're in, how to charge to begin with, but more importantly, how to raise your prices over time and how to establish yourself as someone who doesn't do it as a side hustle, doesn't do it just for, a couple $100s a month or whatever, but someone who can actually make a living off of it. And this is something that I'm actively working on and that I'm trying, so I'm figuring out as I go, but here's how I began, and here's how I got here, and here's the most important tip that I have for you guys. So I do video branding. I do product videos for clients. I do, whatever type of video a company needs or an individual needs, I do that for them. So I'm sort of freelance, but I like to add a production company type of twist on it. So I came in right off the gate thinking I could charge for my videos. I thought that, oh yeah, I have experience in film. I was filming for a couple of years beforehand, so I thought, hey, I would be charging, what I'm worth, what I feel like I'm worth right off the bat. But unfortunately, that's not the case, and that's not the case with a lot of us. We can't just charge for, this number in our head, because people don't always have that amount to spend, first off, and the people who we find and the people who find us know we're inexperienced and aren't willing to put that money on us. So we can't charge for, first off, what we think we're worth, but we have to charge for our experience. And coming into a new field, you can't charge for as much as someone who's experienced in that field, as in paid client work. So you have to develop this experience, this client experience, working with clients, figuring out how to, how everything about video production, working with a business works. Kind of all the intricacies of it, starting off pre-production, production, post-production, how to send drafts, how to receive notes and take notes, and et cetera, et cetera. There's all this goes into it. A lot more than just editing notes. It's a long process, but it's something that it takes some time to really learn and pick up. And this is something that over time you'll learn, and you'll be able to essentially charge a little more just because of your experience in doing these client videos. So first off is experience. So first I did awful chump change videos. I just, whatever I could, I reached out to everyone that I could. I went to startup conferences. I reached out on Craigslist. Whatever I could do to try and actually get experience making videos, delivering to clients, and getting paid. Invoicing, accounting, all that fun stuff that comes with charging for your services. It's great to see that paycheck, but it's even better to actually charge a substantial amount. And not just be nickel and diming left and right to get by. So it's something that it's part of it. Charging, bare bones, and working with people who can only afford bare bones videos. But your quality cannot stoop because of it. You can't have this, product to price relationship. You can kind of insinuate that if they can afford more, then they should, because you can deliver higher production value, obviously. But the core quality of the video needs to have a substantial amount. So first off, it needs to be, you need to create videos that are worth more than you're charging. So this will allow you to charge more moving forward, because you come to the next client and they see it as, they don't see it as how much you charge a previous client. They see it as, potentially how much it's worth and how much you tell them it's worth. So this will allow you to slowly build and creep towards what you're worth. So if you work harder then you're getting paid, then you'll be able to charge next moving forward. You'll be able to charge more. Unfortunately, other people don't like this because they're charging that much and you're doing the same amount of work for less, but it's something that you won't be doing for a while because it's not sustainable. Doing all this work, but not getting paid enough. It's not sustainable. So you need to naturally raise your rates. But so this is what I did: is I began charging more and more because it wasn't sustainable to just do these very inexpensive videos, putting a lot of work into them. So this is something that I did, but the most important tip that I have for you guys, and this is something that I have found worked for me. It's something that I haven't really seen other people really talk about. First off, that people don't like talking about money. I think it's great to talk about money because we're all trying to make a living off of this, right? That's why you're watching this video right now. That's why you're searching, because you're trying to take the steps to move forward and actually build a business based around your creative services. So the biggest tip that I've found is getting enough clients to where you feel confident charging more. So this is something that where you have to have enough clients that you may not be making a lot off of the videos that you're doing for them, but you need to have enough of an active income to be able to confidently charge your next client more. So it's something sort of like poker, where it's sort of like you have this bluff where you charge them more than you charge the previous client for a similar type of video, but you are charging closer to what you're worth. So having this safety net of clients that you're actively working with allows you to confidently approach the new client and charge them more than you're comfortable with, because it's uncomfortable to charge more than you normally charge, because everybody feels like they're either frauding or that finally like they're able to charge it, and then suddenly the client turns you down because you charge too much. Well, then it's not this do or die situation where that was your one shot to make what you're finally worth, and it's all gone. It's not that much pressure because you have that safety net of clients. So having that confidence allows you to not see it as such a big risk. It's something that comes more natural to you when you say, hey, I have all this work, so if you attain this new client, then you'll be charging more. And then from there, you'll be able to, attain newer clients with that new rate. And then essentially when you have those clients, then you come back to the previous clients and you tell them, in a few weeks, like I'll have a lot of work that has been, coming in. And so, I'm going to be raising my rate soon. So, for future videos, like this is going to be my standard rate. And then, depending on production costs, et cetera, essentially, if they have any inquiries about videos moving forward, then you approach them with the newer, higher rate. Because you have these new clients and you have all this new work that you're going to be occupied with, that you need to find a standard in it so that you're not being overwhelmed with all these videos that you're still doing for such a low rate. You need to essentially, once you have the new clients that are charging higher, then you need to bring the old clients up. And if they can't afford it, then unfortunately you'll be working with them less frequently until they can afford it. Which hopefully your videos will help them be able to afford it, which is the best, right? When you grow and the company you're working with grows, that's great. So that's what you're aiming for. But there are some clients who unfortunately will never be able to afford your newer rate. And then for them, you just suggest a new person to work with that is where you were. So it's something that it's very progressive. It's something that you build and build. And when you get new clients, then you bring the old ones up, and naturally it will scale so that you don't have this overabundance of clients that you're working with. You have a nice, comfortable amount, and you're able to charge the newer rate, and you'll be able to make better videos and better photography and better graphic design because of it. And you'll be more comfortable and you'll be more happy. So that's my favorite tip. It's something that I've found has been working for me. I'm slowly doing it. And it's something that I want to share with you guys. And I wanted, I think that people can benefit from it because it's something that, I didn't know before this, and I'm finding out works for me. And I think can work for all of you. So if you have any tips and tricks that have worked for you in establishing yourself as a freelance creative, I'd love to hear them in the comment section below. We're all trying to build this together. So talk to me and share your thoughts, and I'd love to get back to you guys. So I'll see you in the next one, and thanks for stopping by. Peace.